Right here. I got you, free Nick. I got you. 59.26 on ES here. Russell is up 5%. NASDAQ is down about 10 points at the open here, but overall they are launchpad. 340 points to 2728. It's a crazy, crazy move. Is FOMC decision this afternoon? Negative. It's tomorrow. God is great. God is great. So as of now, the market is pricing in a 25 cut tomorrow and a 25 cut in December as well. So that'll be collectively 100 basis points of cuts in September, November, and December. The big alarm bell here is the fact that TLT is getting smoked in the face. The bond market is now getting destroyed again to under 90. It's now 89.73, which in my opinion, long term, I'm a buyer of TLT under 90, and I will be adding shares of TLT momentarily. But more importantly than that, the yields are getting launched. The 2-year is up 2.4%. The 10-year is up 4.5%. Ridiculous. So the fact that we've had, collectively we're pricing in 100 basis points of cuts in a 4-month time frame, and the yields are going apey to almost 5%, and the bonds are getting destroyed, shows that there's a lot of play behind the scenes here that doesn't look that great. One could say, with such a terrible candidate such as Kamala, that this was given to Trump because they know it's coming. One could say that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying one could say that. Because I don't think this is going to work out too well in the long term on the markets. Too early for tin hat, though. Too early for tin hat. 59.50, 59.70 to the upside. That has been my theory as well. Yeah. VIX down to 1571. Apple's up to green. Nvidia 143.45. Dow's up, of course. Everything is just skyrocketed. There's nothing else really to say except everything is just absolute launch pad except for Meta. Meta's not doing well. Meta's getting destroyed. They're down 3%. Gold's like a submarine. Yeah, pricing in that inflation coming down. Oil just bounced off 69.77. Remember the levels we talked about, baby. Can't get more accurate than that. Can't get more accurate than that, baby. Bouncing back off after a little bit of drop down to 69. Gold is not really reactive as much as I thought in terms of the win. Just a little bit of a shaking and baking, but nothing crazy for oil. I do expect them to come along, though. What's up, Star? How you doing? What's going on, Invest in Muscle? How you doing? John Hurd, what a time to be alive. We are witnessing history in all honesty. The fact that a president was elected and then not elected and then elected again, it's the first time it's happened in over 200 years. A lot of historical firsts the past 4 years, that's for sure. $15.91 on the VIX, TLT 89.71. RTY 23.77. Nvidia's launchpad. I think I'm gonna turn on spot gamma a little bit early today. Usually I wait for the 9:45 candle, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at it today, just out of curiosity of what's going on here. The S&P is holding the upside range. Do you remember the 3 white lines I posted on the S&P? I've been posting those now for a week, simply because this is the range defined on ES. Look where it's bottom wicking off of, support resistance flip. This has been the range since early September. We finally broken above the upper end of the range. We went low end to high end. We went low end of the bottom range to the high end of the high range in one session, obviously, 57.24 to 59.26. That is a 200-point move since Monday. And now we're bottom wicking after a breach above support resistance flip to the 59.26 range. So in the longer time frames, if the S&P bottom wicks and holds, then it's time for 6,000. It's time for 6,000. 59.31. 26.9 here, climbing up. I remember the market's doing this before. I just don't recall if they went down or up. I don't know. Right now, the flows are strong. A lot of people are going to come online here and buy this baby up. Looking at the hero indicator right at the gate. What a crazy day. Aggressive amount of call buying right out of the gate. 1.7 billion already in the first 7 minutes of the day of calls transacted. Just be ready for some profit taking. This is a huge, huge move after a long time of flat. Man, I have a comment on Twitter going wild. Quit replying. 1,100 responses. Too much too fast? Yeah, it's definitely too much too fast. 100%. I would be a little more cautious playing that theory today, given the fact that we have a lot of pent-up energy. This market has been taking cocaine, beta-alanine, testosterone, tren, D-ball, caffeine, and just sitting still for 7 weeks without moving, and it's about to start jumping on the old track here. Anavar, yeah, and PCP, yeah. VIX 1576, the first time we've been below 18 weeks, baby. It's good to be here. TLT 8957 again. It's crazy. Tech is responding nicely after a little bit of red. LLY is red. That cocktail for sale at GNC, I wish. Looks like the whole world is selling and buying US. EU got smoked. That's exactly what's happening. It's 100% what's happening. German markets got destroyed. Chinese markets got destroyed because I guess the market's figuring, one, the rotation, two, tough on China. $27.92. Beautiful. 796. Here comes 800. Still flows. We're already up 140 points at the open and going. I'm taking a momentum play here. Be careful on any kind of momentum plays, obviously, in the first half hour. I'm going to try to get some of confidence going. Remember, I want to keep y'all grounded. Tomorrow is still a very big session. It's going to be bigger than this. So just be careful. It's going to be nuts. I closed my DGC Iron Condor for 75%. Nice. NVIDIA is up 144. They're now up 3% total. Let's go look at their flow. I'm sure it's quite green, but just for S's and G's. $59.70 and $59.10 are the two GEX levels. $59.70 is even on the books right now. That's insane. Almost 6,000. Crazy. I'm locked out. Now I can't lose anything. I keep playing the price action. Nice math. Well done, buddy. Well done. $27.88. Oh, man. Do you guys know Trump? Oh, my gosh. 59.33. We have 59.70 up top. Nasdaq has got a little bit down here to 2,700 at the moment. So as bullish as this chart is, of course, just be smart. Track liquidity. I need $170 to pass my first combine. I feel like I should just come back Monday. Don't go for it. Remember, the market doesn't care if you need $170 or not. Your job is to track the liquidity zones and play high quality trades. Profits are incidental of a system, not the other way around. Trade the setup, not the money. Micros, baby. Micros. A little bit of red, 784. $15-minute. VIX up 16. Yep. You said 59.10 and 59.70, not 58.70. 59.70. 771 here. A little bit of red coming off. $771. 15-minute. Nice little top wick, breach above. And we'll see how this candle closes, and we'll see if I'm going to play the too much too fast play, which I love to play. $7.60. There we go. 768. So they have a support resistance flip at 715. 730, I'm sorry. 730. So if we go red, that's the level you got to get through. 730. Coming on down, baby. 778. Watch for 730. We're going to get through that. Fantastic. Why is the ES so weak compared to NASDAQ? It's not. I mean, they're both up 2%. Currently, they're putting on a little red candle because there's some profit taken among the X's. It's amazing the difference your entries make. I had an amazing NASDAQ entry and a terrible entry on NASDAQ. There you go. Here comes NASDAQ down 748. Let's see if we get 730 for the switch. For the switch. Dropping on down. Blew up my first FXA. That's alright, Vorex. It happens, man. It happens. The same thing, when you get funded, the same thing happens as when you start trading with real money. That same emotion, the same feeling. Top wick. Yep, it's beautiful, AR. It's fantastic. A little bit of red still coming down. VIX is rocketing. If the too much too fast plays out, then 650 should not be a problem, but we will see. Here comes the red. On down, top wick. Got to get through 730. Got to get through 730, and there it is. Can we hold into 730? And let's go for 648, 650. That would be glorious. Traded like an idiot, broke so many rules, it's hard to stay disciplined. It is hard to stay disciplined. Remember position sizing. Position sizing will be your friend. Low position sizing is your enemy when you're right, but low position sizing is your best friend when you're wrong. Remember that. Large red candles coming down again. There's 700. Can we get 650 now that we've swept lower? Can we get 700 now that we've swept lower? Here comes a large red candles. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so now that we've cleared 730, set your stop at 730. Or 735 if you want to be aggressive. Keep it above the level into liquidity if you want to be aggressive, if you're going for 650. Do I think FOMC could bring this all the way back down to 20K? Yeah, absolutely. Not saying it would, but it definitely could. If things go that way, absolutely. That's not outside the realm of possibility. All the way down, baby. Let's see if we can get it. All the way down. It's going for 650. Holding under 730 should give us 650. That's the support resistance. Here we go, 686. VIX almost got down to 15 and then bounced hard. Here's 677. Now that we've cleared 677, let's roll it down to 700 from 730. 30-point standoff here. 30-point standoff. And we are danger close of 650. It's danger close, baby. 700 set. Can we go for 6.5? What a freaking day, man. Last night, this morning, exceptional move. This is what we've been waiting on for 7 weeks. If 650 gives out, next target would be the prior pivot of, let's call it 580. 580. But first we got to get 650 if we can get it. Just keep it rolling, baby. Keep it rolling. Rolling, 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 rolling. Here comes 675, still high volume selling. Let's go take a look. I guarantee you they're selling calls right now. And I was incorrect. They sold a little bit of calls, but I would not call that call selling. In fact, 1.9 billion. However, no, they're not doing that either. Yeah, they haven't started selling calls yet. So the option chain is not bearish yet. This is simply just a product of too much too fast. Too much too fast. Here comes the red. One more push should give us 650. Here we go. There's more selling. Nothing but selling volume right now. 652 is the exact level, but I just call that 650 for simplicity. Now I'm rolling stops down and we clear it out. Do not accept 700 on a bounce if you're short. That's too much of a bounce. There's 660. There's 640. There's 650 target. Rolling stops down again. Absolutely exceptional. Absolutely exceptional. Fun for everybody. DZ Discovery Zone. I can have fun on my own. Y'all remember DZ Discovery Zone? When you're from the 90s? I love that place. All right, there's 650 and bottom wick off of it. I did too. I love DZ, man. That and Laser Quest. Qzar. You remember Qzar? Y'all have Qzar? Bottom wick off 650, and I'm out. Flat for me. VIX rocketing. Oh, man. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. What next? What next? What was significant about 650? That was the overnight bounce. Yep, from 920 and the overnight overrange. We bounced at 650 multiple times. Ultimately, we got down to 582. I mean, heck, we were way down there. I'm just talking about this current range that we've been in since 1 o'clock in the morning. About 580 is where we got down to, but the 650 was a multiple bounce target and a support resistance flip from the pivot at 955. So that's the first line of liquidity. After that is coming on down to 580. So congratulations, President-elect John Schroeder. Victory said that they work together to create more opportunity, prosperity, and security for both of our nations. Oh my gosh. How many points did I catch? I was short from 7. What was my official entry? 767. So, about 100 points. Booyah. What is that? Good, I'm going to shut off my Twitter. It's crazy. Love when you walk us through it. Definitely, Ethan. For sure. Let's get this gabagoo. I took a quick upside momentum trade for a measly like 15 points. Nothing crazy. And then once I started that breaking down on the too much too fast, we first target, like I said, was 730. 730 was the big key to get yourself safe. And they didn't even put up a fight at 730. After that, it's 650. 650 is definitely a bounce. If the sellers do interact again and take control again, we'll play down to 585. Other than that, it's just the same thing, different day, baby. The gravy train with biscuit wheels. Taking it one level at a time. Think they sweep first? Definitely. Definitely. I need to save that. 665. Alrighty, 664. Dow 650. Nothing additional right now. VIX is still skyrocketing because now what did we say? They bounced off the VIX. I was looking for 15. We didn't quite get it. They rolled off the hedges immediately. They de-hedged. Markets rallied. Tailwind. VIX destroys. Now VIX instantly goes from 1540 to 1680. So, and I said if the VIX does end up over 30, it was going to do both, dump it first and then roll, simply because the understanding of market volatility and in terms of hedging. Once you understand that concept, you can understand why the market goes up on bad news or goes down on good news or the other way around. It's because it's simply the method of revolving liquidity. And that's what we're going to look to do. Understanding of the markets is the concept I want y'all to get. Levels are fun, but understanding of the markets are key. Top wick again. Top wick again. Let's see what they could do here. Nvidia's 143.11. Hero indicator today. No put buying. In fact, very weak put activity from what I'm looking. Let me hit refresh to make sure I've got the most up-to-date data. I gotta turn my indicator back on here. Fantastic freaking rejection on macro level for Nasdaq. Extraordinary. Extraordinary. Let's see. Boom. 2667. Red engulfing after a top wick on Nasdaq here, under 650. If they can get under 650, we're going to go for 583. And the 580, we'll call it 580. That's the pivot from 645 Eastern. Another engulfing top wick here. Today is Wednesday, November 6th. We have crude oil at 10:30. We have a 30-year bond auction at 1 p.m., and that is it. Tomorrow is the big day. We will be streaming pretty much all afternoon tomorrow, so be ready. Probably from about 1:45 Eastern and beyond until close. We'll be streaming, if not earlier. So, if you want a spicy day, tomorrow is going to be it. Very curious. Tomorrow's even aside from the trading aspect, I am very curious about what's going to happen tomorrow. From a market perspective. Oh, 650. They should ask Powell why rates are face ripping. I'm sure somebody will ask him that question, and I hope they honestly do ask him that question, because that's a legitimate question to ask. I've got to think that somebody, one of those dudes or gals in the audience, will ask him that question. Because I think if there is one single legitimate question to ask, that is it. Why are the bonds getting destroyed, and why are the yields ripping your face off after we're about to cut 100 basis points? In my opinion, I think it's the fact that the global market is repatriating some dollars, thus causing the drop in the bonds. But we'll see. Bond vigilantes, yeah. How's it going, Invest in Muscle? You have a good night? Aren't bonds and stocks inverse? No. No. Normally, that is the way things play out, but it's not bonds go down, equities go up. It's just that's not mechanically how they work. Usually that is the result, but that's not usually how things work. That's not the mechanics behind it. What's weird now is that the yields are absolutely just getting rocked. The bonds are getting crashed down under 90. The bonds are down now, what, 12% or so in the past couple of weeks. So it's nuts. It's nuts. Which normally isn't that, it's not abnormal for the past 4 years. It's just the fact that we are now in a pretty aggressive rate cut environment, and they are rocketing. Am I live tomorrow? I am. Well, I'm live for the Discord server only. Yeah, tomorrow is what, Thursday? Yeah, so it's just for the Discord server. VIX coming back off again. Large green. Back and forth, holding 650. Fantastic. I'm mad I didn't buy the dip in my long-term port. That's all right. It's all right. What do you got, baby? You welcome to Sean? Absolutely, buddy. Here's a playbook if you're not already long. Long banks, long small caps, long Japan, long dollar, long Bitcoin. Long everything. Yeah. Y'all remember what happened back in the day, man. Every time DJT tweeted, market Dow went nuts. If you're new, you've never traded in the Trump presidency. I mean, you're gonna grow to love that. Even if you hate the guy, you're gonna grow to love his press conferences. If you're a trader, because every time that dude had a press conference or tweeted, green rocket candles, baby. Trump pumps, yeah. He had a monitor dedicated to social media. I love it. Just wanted to say thank you. I've only taken a couple of trades during the craziness, and I safely increased my port by 1%. Way different than previous years, which usually resulted in losses. Nice, Flux. I love it, buddy. 1% is a fantastic gain. Well done. Can't wait for Elon to be appointed. Yeah, so now's the next step. Obviously, the election's over. The emotions are going to pass. But now's the next step. Now, Trump's got to hold. He's got to do what he said he's going to do. So, my biggest critique for Trump of last time is that he did not put Hillary in jail like he said he was going to do. He did not release the JFK files like he said he was going to do. So, you know, it's easy to bump them gums, to flap them lips. But now let's see if he can actually make the country better. Top wick 689, 750. Yeah, he didn't do a lot of things he said he was going to do the first time. Absolutely. It's easy to bump them gums. Is there a community chat on the Discord? Yes, there is. Yeah. Yeah, if you are in the Discord server, go down to the stream discussion channel. And so that's where we chat. Another top wick there on NASDAQ, by the way. Let's see if they double bounce it or if they dump it through 650. Sorry, I had to step away. Can you explain your short and when you entered? Yep. So the too much too fast thesis was there. But me, I had a major macro level on NASDAQ. Right off this level that I was looking to reject. We rejected it. Once we confirmed rejection off of the macro, I played down off of it. 730 was my first target to get through. Blew through that. 650 was my target to position to get out. Position for protection. Obviously that got me out because I'm not giving back 90 points. If we do get through 650, we're looking for 580. What was the macro level? Since it's already the first touch, I'll go ahead and show y'all. First touch. The second touch is not nearly as important, so that was my first touch on macro. 788. Thanks for what you do. Got clapped last week. Took a 588 SPY put exit for 586. 701 for 1. Nice, LeVar. Well done, buddy. I appreciate you, buddy. Keep it up. Thanks for being here day after day. Is it me or do I have delayed data? Yeah, it looks like you've got delayed data. So if you're using TradingView, make sure you've got the VIX, the TVC VIX. So if you go and search for the VIX, there's a lot of VIX. There's a long list of different VIX from different feeds. Make sure you have the TVC. And that's Tango Victor Charlie VIX selected. That's going to be live. technically even the TVC is not live, but it's only delayed by like, you know, half a second or something like that. So, do I ever find myself trading solely on market sentiment? Yeah, definitely. It's not going to be a high confidence trade, but absolutely, I'll trade on market sentiment. In fact, for me, if when I'm watching my 8-pack and when I'm watching the market, if I see something start to set up on a large market-wide move, 100%. That's the momentum stuff right there, baby. If the freight train's going down the track, then try to jump on. So, yeah. The government's incapable of making people's lives better. The government should maintain infrastructure. Standing our remove obstacles are prevented from removing lives. I 100% agree with that, yeah. 100% agree with that. I think the government has grossly overreached its bounds by a factor of 1,000. That makes sense. I do not do well at flipping and knowing when the trade is done. Trying to get better and when to get out, maybe even flip. Well, you know me, Math. I don't really have a good strategy on how to tell you to get out, other than to put on your trailing stops and be smart about them. Don't set them too tight because you got to let the trade breathe. Have confidence in yourself and in your trade. And then when you start identifying a key level at which the market will probably reverse on you, that's when you start trailing your trailing stop down. That's the only thing I could really encourage you to do. You're going to get stopped out 90% of the time sooner than you want to, but 10% of the time you're going to catch yourself a 300-400 point market runner, which is all you need. I'm not a crazy smart dude. I'm a good critical thinker. I can figure stuff out. So I try to keep my trading as like smooth brained as possible. I don't have some crazy formula. I don't have some crazy algorithm. I don't have some crazy system. It's just simply reading pivot levels to pivot level and understanding the liquidity mechanics of the market. And that's how I judge my entries and how I judge my trailing stops. And of course, you have to have confidence in yourself. If you're fearful of everything you take, you're going to get stopped out all the time because you're terrified of what's gonna come. But you have to combat that through position sizing, risk management, etc. Shoot me a DM, Simon. Eventually, we're going to get the stupid Discord bot fixed, I promise. But I know it's irritating the crap out of me. I'm sure it's irritating the crap out of y'all. So we're trying. It's not easy when the owner of the Discord bot bails on you and stops responding to your emails. Yeah, I'm honestly pretty excited about Kennedy, man. I hope he does go after the FDA and fixes our food and farmer problem. I mean, that right there alone would be a huge, huge win, despite everything else. I think if there's one thing that Europe does better than the United States, it's the food. And I would love to mimic Europe's food strategy, I guess. I mean, the quality of food, not beans on toast, not the type of food, just the quality of food. I don't want beans on toast. You're excited about you too. Nice, Kennedy. Yeah. All right, a little bit of green up to 750 here, bouncing off the 650, back and forth. Every successful trader now has a super simple system. That's all you need, man. I wanted to scalp short on AM, caught that 1 minute 100-point candle. Nice, Bandit. Well done, buddy. Well done. All right, so we've already rejected the high 800. We came down to 650, which is the first pivot. Now they're buying it back up. So on the 15-minute, we're having some pretty aggressive opening candle. This is a nice, decent movement here. Large green, top wick, large red, and now another engulfing green beginning to form. So we have some great movement here. We should be able to take part in some of these moves after a long time of very tight action. So my wife asked me if I could slow down buying guns now. My wife asked me the exact same question because I told her we were going to buy 5 AR-15s this week if things went the other way. She asked me the same question. Get 2 more Supreme Court picks. Yeah. Yeah. I will sell those things for $5,000 each in a couple of weeks. Those early times of the market open, I tend to just get out at those key levels and wait for those markets set up. I just end up hoping and holding too much of in situations because I trade on my phone. Often takes too long and give up way too much trying to have stops instead of just hitting the flatten button and capture good wins. Yeah, see, when you hit the flat button, the flatten button is a market order, and you're going to get terrible fills. So that's the problem with that flatten button. The flatten button, in my opinion, should only be used in an emergency situation. If you're just desperate to get out of the position, or if you are deep in profit and the market's starting to move against you, you just can't figure out, or something's frozen or something like that. Yeah, then use it. But yeah. I've just been belligerent all morning. She can't get a word in. Yeah. All right. Coming up to 750 here, liquidity. Let's look at the hero again. 2.4 billion in calls. No put buying whatsoever here. So just a little shaking and baking. There's no 0 DTE put buying be going on here. It's all calls, baby. If they take out 800, man, I don't even know, bro. I have to do some analysis. I've realized I've been trading on my practice account. I have done that before. That's one of the benefits of getting off of Tradevate and going to TopStep X, because TopStep X does not have practice accounts. Tradevate, I would do that more times than I care to admit. I would trade and then wonder why at the end of the day, when TopStep did not update my profits, that I traded all day long on my practice account. Which I guess technically then I have called out paper trades before. I'm guilty, accidentally, but I've done it. Stupid practice account. Do we all in here think we have the best platforms, or is Tradevate? I think TopStep X is far superior to Tradevate. I'm very happy with the TopStep X platform. They did a great job with it. So if we take out 871, let's see. Let me go out to the 240. That's my bread and butter chart right there, baby. I could finally bend my finger again after 6 days of stitches. Right now, I've got a plethora of POCs at 867. I have 5 multi-day POCs at 867. So if we clear 800, 867 will be my next target. If we clear 867, 900, which is not that much extra, but right there. TopStep does have a practice account. I know TopStep does, but on TopStep X, do they have one on TopStep X? I don't even know. When I bring down my little drop-down box on TopStep X, it doesn't show it. I guess you have to activate it. Yeah. 760. I've actually developed a sort of numbness to price movement because of those mistakes. Well, a little bit of numbness is good. You know, you want to be, obviously you don't want to be apathetic, but numbness to the P&L is a good thing. You don't want to get euphoric over wins or distraught over losses. Slippage just gets a little weird sometimes. It does. I agreed. That's my sole main complaint with Top Step X is slippage is a little slippery. It's like the dance floor at a Diddy party sometimes. I did a straddle on my IBKR account. It was profitable this morning. I wish I'd taken a real trade. It was the first time I've taken a trade like that. That's all right. Now you know how to do it. Now you know what happens. They're great for continue to update. The Top 7 platform is definitely built by, 100%. Yeah, 100%. 780 going up back up to 800. Going shooting at the farm. Love it. $770. Nothing but straight call buying. When's FOMC? Tomorrow at 2 o'clock Eastern Time is when they post the data, and 2:30 is when he starts flapping them gums, baby. Thanks, Investment Muscle. Do we have a similar move last election? I can't remember what happened with the exact day. I guess I can go back and look. But I can't remember what happened the exact day. I remember it being a spicy day because there was a lot going on that day. Everybody went to bed thinking we were red win, and we woke up to a very different story. So I had to call early this morning, just got back. Are you still thinking of close above 5,800? Yeah. So if we retook 5,800, there's not much left to get us to 6,000. In fact, the GEX right now is 5,970. Which puts us only within 30 points of striking distance for 6,000. So tomorrow is going to be very spicy. I'm very much looking forward to tomorrow's session, which I haven't been able to say for the past month and a half. Yeah, the daily candle is absolutely absurd across all fronts. Not even today's candle. In tandem with yesterday's candle is ridiculous. ES is 59.30 here. They're strong. And they are now holding that upper range. So. Man, I'm gonna have to delete this comment. It's crazy. I'm getting 3,000 notifications on this stupid comment. What'd you make of Boeing's red day so far? Let me go take a look. They're getting creamed. Maybe they're pricing out the aspect of war. I think it was pretty common knowledge that if Kamala's elected, we're going to war. At least that was a consensus. Not to say that would actually would have happened, but I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully, the market's going to price in a little bit of peace geopolitically. Other than that, I don't know. I still think Boeing's a long-term long. Long-term long. Reddit's a dumpster fire beyond belief. So is Twitter, honestly, which I was surprised about. I thought Twitter would be a little less dumpster fire-ish, but even Twitter, or X, is a dumpster fire today. It's all a dumpster fire. Bought Hims up 20% a week. Do I take profit or sell a call? That's up to you, man. What's your thesis? What's your thesis on it? Boeing is key to national security. Yep. You're more than 20% giggity. How do you think Tesla will do now that Trump is president? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. Here, I'll say this as politically neutral as I can. Elon was not given the respect he deserved by the prior administration, even though he outsold Ford and GE, or all those other manufacturers for electric vehicles. So I think now that he's going to get the limelight he deserves for being the forefront of electric vehicles, that I think it'll do well for him. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, the guy is kicking NASA's butt, and he's kicking the EVs market's butt. He's kicking the internet butt. He's kicking space. Like, come on. Like, what else do you want from a guy? He's people complain about these billionaires sitting around fat and happy and just wasting their money as rich elites, but that dude is putting his feet to the grindstone, baby. All while ranked number 20th in Diablo. Yeah, I will buy an X phone. I've already got Starlink. Here comes a little bit of more green up to 800. What's the main reason you're in favor of Trump? What are my main reasons I'm in favor of Trump? One is the immigration stuff, and I don't want, like I said, I want to get. My goal is not to push my personal political agendas, but just a lot of the stuff that he did back in 2020 and before that I want to see brought back, and not the fact that we didn't have a legitimate candidate the past 100 days. But that's as much as I'll say. I don't want to go down too far into the road into it. Tech is looking wild. Yeah, tech's going crazy. $59.28. Oh man. 2800 executive order. Yeah. Yeah. Man, they're going to give us something more? What we got? I thought Trump winning was bad for tech stocks because of the potential tariffs. No. No. But then again, you have to remember, right now, this market is moving on mechanics. It's moving on mechanics. That's what I want you all to focus on. So, we don't know. What if Trump comes out and actually does ban the income tax and puts in place in tariffs? It's never been done since before the income tax was actually implemented. So we don't know how it's going to react. I have no idea. His goal is to get China to fall in line because we're getting killed by China right now in business aspects. So we don't know how it's going to happen. Could it be bad? Could it be good? I don't know. I think the income tax ban would be a huge boon for the average investor or average American. So, but who knows? Right now, all I know is the market is pricing in the mechanical aspects of it, the de-hedging nature of the market. Alienating the majority was yeah, 100%. That the big thing to me, but policy aside, that right there was huge for me. It's huge for me. The Democrats got way too far left. You can't put kitty litter in a classroom and expect majority of people to be okay with that. It's too much. It's too much. Anyway, I don't want to go down this road, but anyway. How do you see these tariffs being different from other tariffs where prices get passed on to the consumer through the supply chain? If you don't want to answer, that's okay. I just don't understand how it'll work. Well, the goal, you remember, the goal as a tariff is not to tax China 200% and then continue to do business with them. The goal of the tariff is to repatriate American jobs, to bring U.S. manufacturing back to Detroit, back to San Antonio, bring everything back into the United States to make a better quality product and lower our transportation costs. Because what happened in 2020 is shut down our economy, it shut down the country. If we had repatriated a lot of our manufacturing jobs and we weren't so foreign dependent, that's the thing. It's like you don't want to be too dependent, in my opinion, on other countries. We want to conduct trade, we want to have good trade relationships, but we don't want to be reliant on other stuff, and that's the point of the tariffs. And granted, I'm not a genius. I have no idea what the pass-through effect will ultimately be. Maybe it will be terrible. I don't know. But the point is to repatriate a lot of those jobs. So. 59.36. Do you think a market will be a buy the dip market like we'll have in Alphas before, or will buy the dip market? Well, here's the thing. We're facing the post-corona liquidity. Trump being president is not going to change the fact that we still have a lot of damage to undo the past 4 years. I don't think the Trump stock market will be as strong this time around as it was the last time, just because we've got a lot to undo. We've got the liquidity, which hasn't let up. We've got the bond situation. So I think he's gonna inherit a crap sandwich. And I'm not even gonna blame Biden for all of it either. It's the fact that the onslaught of the Fed for the post-coronavirus recovery and the onslaught of liquidity. You can't print $10 trillion and not expect inflation to be out of control without pulling all that back. That's my opinion. So strictly from a market perspective, I don't think it'll perform as good as it did the first 4 years he was in office. Immigration-wise, most of the people for it have lived on the southern border. I did for 20 years. My parents were 55. The difference is appalling. Best border time was 4 years, 6 years ago. Yeah, definitely. I mean, think of both my grandparents were immigrants. My grandfather came from Italy. My grandmother came from Puerto Rico. Obviously, Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory, but still, she had to make the move over here. Grandfather hadn't immigrated, so I get it. I get it. Why do we import BMWs with no tariffs, but a Corvette into Europe pays a 50% duty? Fair trade, yeah. I'm interested in the Fed decides to burn things down, given Trump mentioned he was going to get rid of the Fed folks. Yeah, like tomorrow's going to be very. The machine's angry. The hornet's nest is buzzing. It's angry. So I'm very curious to see how this is going to happen tomorrow. So. I have a Latina who's a great cook, clean home. I love it, Kennedy. I love it. It sounds too good to be true to replace some income tax with tariffs, but at least he's trying to think. Yeah, yeah, definitely. And I don't know if that's going to be the right decision or not, but to the average American, no income tax sounds amazing. But who knows what the pass-through effect of that'll be. I don't think anyone truly knows. Off topic, do I see a long here? I'm still waiting for the 800 test here. We're right at 800. We've breached above. Now we're holding. It does look like there's a long up into the, like I said, the 867. After 867 is 900, which is only 33 points above that. But there's no put buying, and there's all call buying. They're not selling calls. They're not buying puts. So it's the options trade here is very bullish. Very bullish. 3.4 billion in calls and only 300 million in puts. So it's extraordinarily bullish to the call side. Looking at the options flow for Nvidia, ridiculous. 40 million in calls. Yeah, Amazon's finally coming along here too. This isn't a trading Discord. Well, my wife is from Brazil. She came here legally. Her daughter's both medical doctors in her legal process. Very cool. Nice, John. I didn't know that. I knew she was. I didn't know she was from Brazil. That's awesome. Amazon's going crazy. 205 finally coming along. Google, obviously green. Nvidia, Apple, all going green. Haven't taken an additional trade myself. 2 trades for me today. Not a third. Has Kamala spoken yet? I don't know. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I haven't been looking. My IRA is mostly TLT and Boeing. Not a good day for me. It will be, though. It will be a good time for you, Trader J. Oh. Crap. I have to sign up for Discord or Bookmap. Completely forgot about that. My alarm went off and I silenced it. Excuse me, I have to sign up for Bookmap. Y'all are distracting me. Be right back.